All right. Well, hello. We can go ahead and get started. I'm excited. It's been a minute since I've had an opportunity to have this discussion. And first off, I definitely want to thank my fellow panelists. Definitely want to give y'all the opportunity to introduce yourselves. I'll start with the amazing Kai.
Hi, I'm Kai from Kaitaku. I have a manga and a manga tube and manga Instagram, so YouTube and manga Instagram, where I talk about manga, books. I give book recommendations, do unboxings, all that good stuff. And then apparently by day, I'm a lawyer. So that's me.
I definitely can relate. Next up, one of the dopest fellas I've ever had the opportunity to meet. Introduce
Wow.
yourself.
Yo, what's up, y'all? NERD, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Basically, it's hip hop and geek put together with some extra mo blackness up in there. We ain't afraid to be black on my channel. So we talk about everything, but we also talk about the serious, societal implications, or make those small little adjustments and maybe little tie-ins to what we're dealing with from day to day.
Yes, yes. And I, individual who brought all of us together to have this dope discussion, am known as Gamma Ray Cosplay, lawyer by day, cosplayer by night, otaku podcaster, pretty much all the time, and Straw Hat Pirate on the weekends. So yeah, let's dive in. So pretty much what we're talking about today is just the overall representation of Black people, Black characters in anime, particularly when it comes to their hair. As we all know, first of all, there's not that many characters in anime or cartoons or movies or any kind of mainstream fandom or medium, but the ones that we do have, some, not all, some can be low key, just out of pocket and not accurate. So that's what we want to talk about today. Just kind of go through some of the more popular Black anime characters that we're familiar with and just take a look at if we all just feel like, how did they portray us? Was it accurate? Were they way off the mark? I mean, what could they have done different? And yeah, let's just see how that conversation goes. So, like I said, we'll talk about it. I mean, one thing with this is the underlying issue of the struggles of being a Black cosplayer. I mean, I feel like they always want to force us into this pocket where, oh, you only should cosplay Black characters. But no, like if I want to cosplay Natsu and wear a pink wig and cosplay as that individual, like who cares? But unfortunately, because we don't have a lot of characters like that, they say like stay in lane. It's there are no rules in cosplaying, which I really don't understand why should be an issue in the first place. But and then, talking about just our overall Black anime characters and also discussing, are they portrayed accurately? Are they representing us in the most positive light? And also just do some anime creators just not understand when it comes to Black people's hair? Is that what the issue is? Or is it that they do know, but they don't care? I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Y'all will be able to let me know. Yeah, so here's just a couple of cosplays that I've done. One, I've done Riri Williams, who is a Black character. She becomes the next quote unquote Iron Man, Ironheart. And then the other character you see is Shikamaru, which obviously he's not Black and he's not white either, which really blows my mind when people say that. Because he's just a made up character, but neither here nor there. But see, I like to add my own Black girl magic twist, where it's a kinky wig, curls, locks, whatever. Make it my own. But the first character I want us to look at is Canary. So she's from the series Hunter x Hunter. Her hair type is, dark purple / black, just to give it some context. Combed in thick bunches, each tied with a string towards the tip. But yeah, she definitely has kind of like the thick. I feel like I remember having this style when I was back in the day in elementary school, and so forth. So, what are y'all's take on this individual.
Kai, go.
Sure. So I definitely had the like thick twists or the thick plaits as a kid. So like this hairstyle is like a little nostalgic for me, but it's also like, how old is Canary? So I think at some point in time, like, can we give her an adult hairstyle? Because this hairstyle really does make me think of like when your mom would wash your hair, put it in those big plaits, and then you would go to school and you would come back and it was no longer in those big plaits and you would get, you get a whooping. So that is what it reminds me of. It reminds me of like going to go play on the playground, as opposed to like she is, a teenager. She is a 15, 16-year-old, and she's badass. Like she's out there kicking tail anytime anyone comes to her game. So I find it nostalgic, but I also feel like she's a little too old.
Yeah, definitely giving me just old country, like you said, back in the day, where your hair would look one way when you go to school, come back, in trouble. What you got for us, Mike?
I hate it. Here's why I hate it. Here's why I hate it. It's like they took a hairstyle. It's almost like they took the hairstyle after, like, if you have your hairstyle naturally and you wash your hair and you part it into like say 4 or 6 sections, and it's like that. But then they said, how can we make that whacker though? So then they were like, so all right, she's not only going to wear this outside, which like no Black woman would do, then it's not going to like fall down and lay like normal hair does in regular gravity. No, it's going to be like, pew! It's like stick out. We'll probably circle back to this. Anime be doing Black people funny style all the time. So we'll circle back to this. But it's like they looked at hairstyles and said, how can we make the horrible version of that? I understand it for someone who's younger, but like you said, she should be older than this.
Yeah,
she got to be in her teens, like late teens. It's just, I feel like it's trying to add to that subservient role that she is in. I mean, quote, she is a butler to the most deadly assassin family in the series. So it's almost like, not only is she a butler, let's make her actually back in the day Aunt Jemima Butler. And it's just like, why? Like they could have gave her a little poof, little tendrils on the side, something. But
look, but they've done worse. So
oh yeah, and we'll get into those words. I agree. So next up, I think this is one I was very excited to see, one of the newer Black anime characters we got as of recent year, Ogun Montgomery from the series Fire Force. His hair type, Black hair with fades on the sides, got a little tapered in the lines, and then on the top you got the cornrows and got them tied off and kind of hanging. So I'm with it. I feel like I see plenty of brothers to this day walking around with hairstyles like this. So I was very happy to see this character literally coming in, holding its own. I mean, literally coming with the business. He could up there toe to toe with the captain of the firehouses. So I was here for it. I'm glad they didn't make his hair corny. But I feel like maybe they could have just given him a little bit more swag with the hair. Like if they would, I don't know, maybe that would have been too much. Like maybe a little design or something. I don't know. Maybe that's probably reaching. I'm having like throwback visions of when I see this. But what do y'all think?
I went first last time.
All right, okay.
No,
this is one. I've only watched like 5 episodes of Fire Force because I'm one of those people that, to me, your anime got to stand out a little bit. And when I started to see too many similarities, I'm like, we've been down this before. I mean, I know we're fighting fire, but we've been down this path before. But I have seen the show. I haven't seen this brother because when I saw it up into a point where they kind of revealed like maybe like their first like mysterious, possibly big bad, but that's all I've seen on it. This one, it looks like someone's trying though, so I'll give them this. They trying. They saw what the young bulls was doing in the streets. They was like, all right, cool. We going to try a little something. Brother got either, some dreads to the back or some, braids to the back. I'm like, cool. You know what I'm saying? I can respect this. This is what's happening out there. I applaud them with the extra little piece on the side.
Right.
Respect.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it. Honestly, I like it because I feel like if they would have tried to add textures to the cornrows or tried to add textures to the locks, they would have gone too far and we would be complaining about all these extra lines and stuff in the braid. I think they took a safe route. I mean, I don't think that they brought someone in and looked at their hair before they drew it, but I definitely would rather this than them try to add texture and it just come out completely wrong. Because I feel like they would try to add texture with like a brown or something so that we could see it. And it would just be horrible. So like, I will take this.
Yeah, I agree. I'm happy with how this character was drawn, even in the facial features. Just nothing was overdone when he ain't got no big lips and no, like it's just nothing is overemphasized. It's just like, hey, it's what a brother look like. We like Nerso said, this is what the brothers in the street are rocking. And okay, let's see what's the safest route we can take with this hairstyle. Next up, we got Kaname from the series Bleach. His hair type and style is dark brown braids. And I think this kind of goes to that, and I feel like that's what goes to what you were saying, Kyle, where you were just like, I think this is where they missed that mark of trying to add.
Now we need texture. Now we need more texture.
Like before, they got the outlines on it. It just be
something. Now we'll say the smaller picture over there, looks better than this close up over here. But that first picture you showed, it looked like my hair with a couple of strands just, sticking around that didn't go back in place like they were supposed to. Like I could not tell they were braids.
Yeah. At first I was just like, are these like doodle locks or something? Like I don't understand.
Doodle
I was
locks.
like, wait. I was just like
making a comeback.
It's just I don't like. Then they gave him the little beads on the end, and I was like, now that is like legit nostalgia back in the day where I remember having the braids and the bread or beads on the ends.
Different colors, different styles.
Popping myself all in the face.
Every time.
Damn. Yeah. Whew. I feel like that's what they.
It's tough because like the close up is just it's not necessary. Like the close up, I'm like, what is this? It's not. It's almost like they won't allow a black character to ever be cool. And this is not. I know there's probably some anime people. It's not just y'all. They do it in video games as well. You know what I'm saying? They just did it to my boy Nago in the new Guilty Gear joint. That's why I'm probably not gonna get it. But anyway, because I was like, oh snap, a black vampire samurai. Oh, this is gonna be sweet. There was like, he ain't got no double jump. He ain't got no dash. I was like, so you gonna cripple him? I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I just stick with Street Fighter right now. They ain't, just stick with it right. But it's like they have to add a caveat to like, they're like, oh, but you can't be too cool though. Like, cause the far shot, you're like, oh, he got the visor going on, he getting all snap, he got the hair blowing in the wind. Great. Close up, you like, who is this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, where did the rolls or braids start? Or does he need to get them redone? I feel like that's when they got old and matted and they like
it
disappeared.
Like a headpiece. Like it doesn't even look like that's his hair. It looks like he has on a little mini helmet that's like right here.
Yeah.
A cornrow helmet.
A little mini cornrow helmet right here.
You know what? I know how they made this mistake. They was looking at, what is it, Shamar Moore and Diary of a Mad Black Woman. That's where they made this mistake. They did the wrong research. You know what I'm
Exactly
saying?
what they did.
Well, look, you saw what I
See?
said before. I said if they would have tried to give the previous character texture, they would have used a light brown. You see, they didn't use a gray to give his purple hair texture.
But so you got to see where the braids
Like you
are
couldn't
in
be a compatible color. They were like, you know what, gray, perfect.
Like, let's just throw some gray on there real quick, or like let's put white on it and just like put some opacity in that piece. We'd be
like,
all right.
I really just want to be like, look, I promise you, I have Black friends. You can hire me to bring in Black people so you can draw their hair. Pay me to provide you with hairstyles and draw
like
directly. Because it's obviously
Google.
it.
I agree. I feel like either y'all are just refuse to, as you say, go out and find, real life individuals who have the different type of Black hairstyles, versus like you could easily just go on Google. Hell, even Pinterest. You can find a whole page of just like, but they don't want to do that.
I was about to say, because they may go outside, but I highly doubt they're going to find a Black person outside.
No, because then we're going to split the edges and stuff.
It's a homogenous society.
It's a very, like Asian cultures and countries are extremely homogenous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, which is why they're able to get away with some of the stuff they get away with. But that's a whole nother story.
Well, next character we got Atsuko Jackson, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. From the series Michiko and Hatchin, one of my faves. And she comes out with the yellow, blonde, thick afro. It's shoulder length. I mean, it is definitely picked bushel. I'm okay with this because I think if I'm not mistaken on kind of like the background and bio of her character, she is, like Brazilian, and from that part of the country, they Black people have blonde hair and blue or green eyes. So I think I appreciate that they made the effort to still stay strong to, the culture that they were trying to pull this character from, but not automatically be like, well, yeah, we're going to give her blonde hair, but let's give her like straight blonde hair, or like let's give her long and wavy blonde hair. Like, no, like she Black. Like, if she out there is hot and she's running around, she a cop, she chasing her old childhood friend around, like her hair is not gonna stay straight. It's a fro. Like, let's just be real. But I mean, I love it.
Be out.
Right. Just like, pick it, keep it, keep it tight and right. So, but yeah, what are y'all thoughts?
I like it, but I will say there are some scenes and some pictures that I'm just like this one with her almost full body shot. Could we have given it a better shape? Because this close up, I'm like, okay, it looks like we didn't pick. It looks like we did the second one. Maybe it's post run. That may be after she didn't been running around, so stuff get out of whack. But I do appreciate the fact that it looks like an afro. Like, it does not look like, it doesn't look like they just were like, and a circle.
Like a helmet. Another helmet.
Because, we've seen that on characters before where they were like line, circle, and you now have an afro. So I appreciate the fact that they did try and put some sort of texture, some sort of shape. It looks like an afro. It reminds me of some of those like Carol's Daughter commercials with the hair, she looks beautiful.
Oh, not the Carol's Daughter though.
Yes.
Oh,
she got all the
that's what's wrong. Japanese people don't know about Carol's Daughter.
She got 50 natural hair products in her bathroom as we speak, and she smells like berries and shea butter.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it real. This is the kind of hair that a brother falls for. So I'm gonna just go in and be like, when I saw her on the show, I was like, I see you. Now,
elaborate. Why do brothers
I love natural hair. Honestly, I love afros. Honestly, I do. When I saw her on the show, I was like, I see you. I see y'all. I see what y'all doing. Now the blonde, I could go either color. Now I prefer all black with maybe like some little highlights, but the all blonde is cool. Makes sense. To Kai's point, I'm gonna lean on my brother LeSean Thomas, who broke this down numerous times between Boondocks and Black Dynamite. You don't know how many times I've had to fix afros. Like, it's like
I believe it.
It's crazy. And this is just being for real. As much as Asian culture is enamored with at least Black American culture, you think they would have seen enough afros and dreads and stuff by now to be like, got you. Afro, no problem. Boop, boop. There he is. But they be messing it up. Like that full body, that joint is homegirl got the Afro Samurai on that joint. Like,
yes.
Like she
like
maybe she ain't pick it out on this side and she was just like whatever. But on the close-up, they made sure they got her straight on the close-up. So I will give props where props is due. On the close-ups, they have her on. So this one is a positive. I'll say it's still a positive.
Yeah. For me, I'm always very excited and happy to see and a representation when it comes to like the natural hair, like Afro, like you said, definitely could have been picked out a little bit, but I approve. I really see. I'm not mad at it. I'm glad they at least tried to be as accurate as possible, especially to our cultural background. Next up, we got Kill It. He's from Soul Eater. He's rocking the hairstyle. It's a combination of short dreadlocks along with along the top of the scalp. We got cornrows lining the sides and the back. Yeah. So for him, I feel like this is where they were just like, let's just throw it all in there. Let's give him some locks, some braids, a fade, some little twists, keep it natural. But it was just like, let's give him everything. But he cool. Look, he definitely get everybody to run for their money in the series. He come with the smoke. But it's kind of like what you were saying. Like, it's like, why can't they just let us be cool? I feel like they think, or I mean, honestly, my opinion, little effort, we just have this natural swag and just or about us when it comes to the Black culture. So because we aren't the main character, because we probably would overshadow whoever the main character is, they got to add something to just knock us down a peg. And most of the time, it's either our hair or our facial features.
Yeah, because they'll be like, all right, look, he looks too cool. So let's give him some weird handicap, like I can only use my power for 1 minute or something, like something stupid. Or they were like, why would nobody else in the show has a power like that? But with this, I'm not mad at it because as you can see, he's a brother that got glasses. All right. So he stays up with his schoolwork, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? He gets his studies on, but at the same time, he keeps up with the current trends on the hair game. So, mad props on that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that, one, it could be worse. We've seen worse. So I gotta put it on a spectrum. I gotta do a comparison because it could always be worse.
Yes.
This is not worse. So I appreciate it. I do find it interesting looking at these two pictures though, because on the one side, when we're kind of looking at him from the angle, I would agree with you that it is like cornrows on the side or something of that nature. On the other picture, I was like, well, Ray, you finally got your designs that you wanted in the head that you were talking about from the first picture.
Yeah.
I know. Now that I look at it, I'm like,
at least they didn't try to texturize them. They didn't try to texturize them with this.
You're right.
So I mean, and then at the top, I'm just like, you know what? It's a slick back. We'll just leave a slick back. It's fine. You ain't got to tell me
one color.
Exactly. You ain't got to tell me it's cornrows or braids or anything, because you can give me a fade here and a man bun. I'll take it.
They're like, we'll make little twigs, and y'all can assume what you want. You make it cornrows, you make it locks.
And I mean, and don't get us wrong. We understand like there's a timetable for animation.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like there's a hurdle like this for characters that aren't Black.
Oh,
agreed.
That's what the growing frustration is, because it's just like, why is it always seem like it's only comes to the Black or minority characters? Like, come on.
Especially now that a lot of the drawing is going digital. Like, I would give it to you that everything is being hand drawn, because that's a lot of toning. That's a lot of toner. Like, I've seen the process of what it takes to draw and tone a manga. And that's when you're like, you know what? Everybody's blonde. We ain't got not a single dark-haired character because I'm not toning anything. But now that we're digital, I'm like, what's your excuse now? We digital. You ain't got to take the same amount of time that it took to hand color in characters before.
Agreed. Next up, we have one of my favorite baddies, also from the series Bleach, Yoriichi. They gave her long purple hair, which she keeps mostly in a ponytail. I feel the thing when we see Black characters with colored hair or tint to it, I think Venom had told me, we were talking about the reason they do that is because they couldn't just have Black hair. You wouldn't be able to see the different, like you said, this is how they give their definition. So the hair is Black, but it might have a shade of green or dark purple or something else. But
it's also really hard to draw in the manga because, again, a lot of these, when they started, they were doing it by hand. So you actually have to place the toner by hand on each part. Like, you have to cut the toner and place it for each part that is Black or gray or anything like that. So, like, if it were up to me, when nobody have colored hair, I'd be like, nah, I'm not coloring none of this in.
Everybody's hair is white. It's just an outline.
Like every single person. And then on the cover, I'd be like, boom, green hair.
Agreed. I definitely, with this character, her being Black, again, one of the baddies, total badass, holds her own. But I do appreciate, I feel like they might have, we should know this. The fan service, sometimes might have been a little bit too over the top, but over sexualized.
Oh, really?
I mean, I kind of
see in these photos she looks kind of like normal.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't pick some, but they don't do it too bad.
I was so far behind in Bleach, I never watched it.
I don't remember her just being super, super sexualized, though. I did stop after they rescued what's her face from the place. So like, I did not finish the series, but I did ship her and the other chick that was like her trainee. I was like, yes, all day long, ship it. But I do remember her. Now that you're talking about it, I do remember like a hot spring thing and her being naked a couple of times. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, wow. They definitely
it's coming back to me.
They definitely sexualized her a lot. Not saying she was the only one, but it just comes to like she didn't have much when she was on screen. It was either, she got to be this hard-notch warrior, or we're gonna kind of, sex her up a little bit. And it goes to the saying of just from throughout history, the over-sexualization of Black women, our hips, our boobs, our curves, all that. It, just like let her be a baddie. Like, why I gotta be anything else other than that? But
I don't know. I'm gonna take a slightly different approach here, because why can't I be both? Like, why can't I come in here wrecking shop, killing all the folks, and then put on a floor-length gown and be like, and look at these boobs? Like, why can't I do both? I will say that, again, I don't remember from what I watched it being over the top. There are some characters that the fan service is absolutely ridiculous. We're not getting panty shots. We're not getting guys falling into her chest. We're not getting, just the ridiculous fan service. And almost any time that she comes in, even in those hot spring scenes, she's dangerous. Like every single time, it's a deadly situation. Like even in those scenes, someone comes up and she's like whipping out a weapon. So like I get that, but I guess to me, I didn't interpret it that way because there was always a hint of danger to her. And then as someone who relies on the creamy crack to survive, I appreciate a slick ponytail.
Yeah, I'm not mad at her ponytail. Like you said, that's just another variation of how Black women, we rock our hair. We color it, we rock it in a straight 22 inches, you know.
Now, question with the point about like the sexualization of Black women's bodies, it definitely happens. You know, Black men are over criminalized, Black women are over sexualized. That's just the general. Now, I mean, of course, you know, there's always overlap, but in general, it's like that's just the cards we're being dealt. Yeah. Is there? I agree that she should be able to like beat up people and then go to the full-length gown. But is it an issue here or in most cases with Japanese anime, or I guess you could say animation in general, because you know, kind of like your antennas is up because you know who's in charge of this stuff. It's usually going to be some fan servicey. It's not like someone who has a writer's room full of like people that are like, oh man, woman, Black, white, you know, Colombian, Hawaiian, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's usually just like a whole bunch of white dudes and their cronies and friends, and they're like, oh, and he's gonna fall into her crotch. Yeah. So it's like your antennas are already kind of up, like, why she naked? Huh? Why she naked though? Yeah.
I wouldn't be. She's not even the most voluptuous character. There's definitely like I would consider her proportions normal. Like she doesn't have giant boobs. She doesn't have giant hips. She's actually very slender because she's such a warrior and because she also turns into a cat. So like she is able to transform into a cat, which is very slim, very limp. And that's also part of the reason why she's got like the cat ear part of her hair. So like she is able to, so I never really saw her like that. There's another character in Bleach who has
with the blonde hair.
Yeah, who's got giant knockers. Like, you know, when putting her in comparison to that character, you know, girl, we looking at like a B cup tops, you know, a small C. We didn't look at anything just like, so I never really saw her as being sexualized as much as like, when you have this Black cat character who is an assassin, because that's her job. She's an assassin. She's not one of the ones who fights in the front. She is always slinking through the back, you know, taking out her people under the cover of night. And I really felt like her character gave that.
I guess my thing, and both of y'all are definitely right. I guess it's almost like, if that's the case, like maybe I just wish maybe that we got more of her in the series in general, like, and not just necessarily
like
her,
character
but just
development stuff.
Yeah, and not just her, but just Black female characters throughout in anime, just like more representation of them, because I feel like that's where when we do get the few we have, you know, individuals, I'm guilty of it, like myself, who critique or be like, no, like, can we just have her? You know, don't put her in this pocket or don't have her over here. I mean, we don't have that many, like, let's just have her in this lane, you know, because we don't have variations to, you know, represent, you know, those aspects. But you're definitely right. She should be able to be anything and everything all wrapped up in one and just bodying it all. Next up, one of my favorite series, we have Avdol from JoJo Stardust Crusaders. His hair, he wears headband or headscarf wrapped around his forehead, keeps his hair in style, resembling Bantu knots, in my opinion. As well as wearing, you know, he got the little rat tail ponytail hanging down in the back. I definitely feel like that is nostalgia. Throwback, because I definitely went to school, elementary school, even preschool. I remember the fellas used to have a like high top, and then in the back they had a little braided little rat tail, and I would just be like, "Where are you going with that?" Like,
but nobody in middle school was rocking that like Morris Day joint where you could like come on, man. Like when I saw, I was like, JoJo. Well, JoJo is already, that show is just crazy anyway.
I was about to
I
say
couldn't stick
it
with it.
fits the show.
Yeah, the show is
Yeah.
crazy anyway. So I guess it's like, why should I ask questions? Like the show is crazy anyway. But when I saw, I was like, why he got like the Morris Day in the Time, like the Prince, like press and curl. Like, come on, man. Like, you know, man, he got the Drew Down joint tied around. Stop it, man. But
with the Jada Pinkett, the Matrix Bantu knot thing.
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
okay.
What's so insane is the shape. It looks like he just has a head full of nail polish bottle tops.
Yeah.
I was gonna say rollers.
Something like it look or lipstick cases. It looks, especially with the silver band, it looks like I could take the top off of each one of those.
Yeah, I see what they were trying to do. But you gotta give some shape or something or do.
But it is very JoJo. I will say, like,
Yes.
if you take it outside of JoJo, I'm like, but like in the context of JoJo, I'm like, this is kind of what I expect a character from JoJo to look like.
Yeah, we're like we're not super mad at it because it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah,
and if it was the overall theme of how everybody else is styled, just because I almost think like, would he look right if they did put a little soft puff to it, you know, or
not in comparison to the art style. That's what's so insane. So like the art style is very like heavy lines, you know, block lines, straight lines, and so the hair goes completely with the art style. Now, if I take dude out of JoJo, I'm like, have you seen a Bantu knot? Like,
can we pick that out a little bit? Just something, but you're right. I'm gonna rock with it.
Maybe they use Gorilla Glue as hold gel. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like
extra strength.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that hair was smooth, boy. That hair was smooth.
It don't move.
It did not move.
Just like his. It don't move. Like at all. I don't even know why he got that, because it's supposed to hold it in style, but let's be real. The hair not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. After all, it's not. But you know, he came with it. I do feel like they low key towards the end played him for a week a little bit, which goes to what we've been saying. Like, why can't we just be cool and fly? But I digress. Another new character we got as of recent, Rocklock from My Hero Academia, and they gave this brother dark curly hair, which I feel like this is their efforts to make attempts, but it's still, I don't know.
All right, hold up.
It's like a twist out.
Hold up.
That you didn't all the way pick out. Because I'm
gonna give a shout out. I'm gonna give a shout out to my early '90s Naughty Fro New York Timberland cat wearing. You know what I'm saying? That's who this dude represents. You know what I'm saying? These cats was rocking Timbos. You know what I'm saying? Fatigue coats. You know what I'm saying? The Naughty Fro, like they just unbraided it, maybe picked it like a little bit, went straight to school. You know what I'm saying? That's Rocklock. He real like that. So I see him. Like when he came on the set, I was like, respect. I was like, I see you. So this one, I'll let slide. I see where you're going, but I'm gonna let this one slide.
I mean, well, I feel like I'm gonna let it slide too. One, I'm kind of biased because I'm a huge fan of the black voice actor who provides a voice for him, English voice actor. Shout out to Gabe Kunda. Really dope. But it's almost just like, yeah, I don't mind it, but I just kind of wish it just, I don't know. I see what they were trying to do. I would prefer if they would have just gave him locks. Like, it just, because it would have went with the name, Rocklock.
So I haven't made it this far. I haven't made it this far in the series because it got a little too shonen for me. What is his power? What's his power? What's his quirk?
So his quirk is he can lock anything, any inanimate object in place. So
Okay, so the way
He
his
touches
hair
it, it doesn't move. He locks it and he can unlock it. And
Gotcha.
it'll
So
move.
the way his hair is, I agree. It does take me back to like 90s, kind of unraveled it, kind of, and was like, and we're going. But also the way that they've kind of shaped it, I would have assumed his power had something to do with either fire or like water. Looking at it, because the way that it's shaped, it looks like it should move. It looks like it should flow. But now that you told me that it's locked in place, now I'm like, is it locked there? But I will say I don't really see anything wrong with this. I think the hairstyle matches like what he looks like. I think it matches this outfit, and it does give me the same like nostalgia vibes. So I don't really see anything wrong with it. But I will say the first time I saw the picture, I was like, oh, is his power like with the fire, and his hair is kind of like remnants of like a flame, like a black flame? But apparently I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's a. Oh no, go ahead.
It's funny that you say it was getting too shonen for you, because like in the part that he's in, like it's about to get so shonen. Like it's but it's hot though. It's hot, but yeah, it is show. Like
so I saw the movie.
I can only take so much shonen, so like I picked like one show. That's like, all right, this is gonna be the shonen joint. That's it. But it does it's a lot. It does.
I saw the movies in theater. I love the movies. The movies are awesome. And when I saw the two heroes rising, I was like, okay, Kai, you need to go back and watch season 3. Season 4 is about to come out, because I watched seasons 1 and 2. I've seen both movies, and then I was like, one day.
That hero is rising.
It was so good.
Besides the kid spilling his popcorn on me, I mean, it was dope.
But I will say, I was a little almost side-eyed just in his character, because I felt like, why they trying to make him come off as the angry black man? Like, I know he's trying to be like the guidance, like, hey, kids, like, saying the game, but I'm just like, hey, we barely have somebody, one of the other kids be mean. Let him be like like, hey, I'm gonna guide you. We got this. But they definitely have worked on some. I'm hoping to see more character development. Because I definitely feel like he's probably got a good, great backstory. And one, I want to see just more black characters. Like I'm here for it. I don't care what his power is. Just let's have him, And he doesn't look too like I said, he looks like properly represented of what a black man should look like. Face, I don't
got the little, got the little joint right here.
Everything. But I will say, after season 1 and 2, I'd probably be the angry black woman, because them kids annoying.
It's like y'all don't listen.
Y'all ain't figured out the power of friendship yet. It's shown.
Oh, not the power of friendship though.
Y'all don't figure out the power of friendship, please.
Man, if y'all would just stop not going out at night when there ain't nobody to protect y'all.
Just listen. Just
every time they're like, you know what? They told us to stay here, but let's go investigate. And I'm like,
do our own thing.
But you've been attacked like 3 times this semester, and you've only been in school a month.
Yeah, it's like, sit down.
I know my mama would have.
How about we learn to fight first, and then go gallivanting in the street?
Kids, they think they're invincible.
Can't use 1% without destroying the whole body. And he's like, you know what? Taking on the all for one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next up, character, we got Claudia Grant. Now this is throwback. She's from the series Robotech. She's got short, dark brown hair. If this is either, I want to say 80s.
Oh, it's definitely it's so 80s.
It's either late 70s or 80s, somewhere around that time, because I definitely see the style of where Black people just can't have the same color lips as the rest of it. Like we gotta have pink, red, but I will say, maybe in her defense, it's lipstick. She's like, I'm at work, my hair, I'm with it. For this time, I think that they did. I mean, that's That's how Black women, short
I
little
just
bro.
started laughing.
It's so
Yeah, I don't know what y'all.
Look,
It is.
it's so 80s. Like I look at it and I just go, we've come a long way.
Oh, a long way.
But
Long,
then
long, long way.
halfway. But halfway. I will say, look, at that time period, she was probably one of the only characters that looked like her. So I mean, for the time period that she was drawn, the time period that this show is, it's a little bit of a pioneering effort, but like these sideburns, man.
All right, no, let's peep out how the front of her fro is like a Gumby going to the back though. All right, so keep the profile how the fro go diagonal. It's like it's almost like she has a cul-de-sac like at the top, like a big forehead and like the head. It's just bad. Then they kind of give us the sort of minstrel showish lips.
Yep.
And I'm not anime, this one I gotta get on you. When I gotta be like, look, all right, y'all be funny style with Black people. All right, y'all know good and well. All right, y'all, hey.
Like they could have just made her lips the same. It's like, oh, they're not gonna know she has lips unless we make them very bright.
At least they tried to give us some baby hairs on the front picture where
they
we
did.
They tried to give a little bit of baby hairs, a little bit of some texture baby hairs.
I feel like they were like, all right, how can we make Uhura look whack? And they were like, all right, cool. All right, let's give her a little corporate fro, but then like make it slope to the back. And then because think about this. When there's characters that are Japanese or white, if you ask white people, it doesn't matter, fair skinned, they don't have to do anything extra special for their lips. You just leave it regular. They just put like a line there and that's it.
They got none.
But Black people come through. Oh, you got to come with the minstrel show. So it's like,
yeah, like it's just because this is when I first saw this, I was like, why am I getting Mr. Popo vibes? Like,
Mr. Popo. Yo, okay. Kente cloth moment for you. I'm watching Dragon Ball Z. My dad comes in, sees Mr. Popo. He said, turn that off right now. That's it. He was like, turn it off right now. He was like, I don't know what it is, turn it off. I was like, Dad, you understand? I know it. I know it's just you gotta. He was like, turn it off right now. And I turned it off. I was like, click, because he knew. Like I was just trying to find out next week if anybody was gonna be Super Saiyan. But like he knew. He was like,
nah, son.
Not my house.
He also knew that Power Up was gonna last 3 more episodes, so it's okay.
Oh yeah.
Yo, homie was doing a Power Up for like I feel like it was a whole season.
Dude, the spirit behind, like when he was finally doing like, give me your internet. And solid 5 episodes. Solid 5 episodes. Just let the orb grow.
Let me see. So we got we still got some time. We got about 10 minutes left. So I think we're almost to the end of the list. But I definitely want to skip on down to Sister Kroon from The Promised Neverland. Do not watch season 2, people. Like, don't. Anyway, that's a whole nother segment. Hair type, short black hair and dreadlocks. At least that's what I feel like they were trying to do.
Are they?
Is it? I feel like that's what they have it described as her appearance. But I'm like, she's just got a twist out. Like it is a very thick. I don't know. I'll say
she got her like Butler vibes. It's like they watched 12 Years a Slave and made this character, man. Like
Yep.
So how they drew her for the anime is is way better. Like, which is sad because it's like, is it better? But how is she drawn and portrayed in the manga? Ooh wee.
Oh yeah,
it's very minstrelly. It's very like oh, we here today. It's just like, like what is that? Like very the whole legit Aunt Jemima like body type, bigger lips, crazy eyes, and just like the hair is even wild. Like I don't get it. I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they definitely toned it down for the anime because I recently read, I want to say the first 2 volumes of The Promised Neverland. They definitely toned it down a little bit for the anime.
Way down, because whoo. But yeah, it's just like, why? Like, what would have been so hard with just, I don't know, making her look not
Oh
like this?
no!
Yeah.
Hold up. Is she in a
This
street
is toned
gang?
down. Well, no, that's how they're
That's like a
marked.
street gang?
No, that's part of the world.
Yeah.
I'm like, did she do time? Like what like
Everybody has it.
Everybody has one.
Everybody has
Even all the children have it. It's just how we keep up with our product.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Barcode, so to speak.
I'm glad I haven't watched this show.
Well, so I will say this now. She is an overseer. She is one of the nannies because the children are the product.
Of course.
The children are what, and I mean, it's not really a spoiler because it literally happens in the first episode. But the children are the food we're selling off. So
yeah, to the monsters.
Wow.
Yeah, she needs to make sure they're ready to be.
She was giving me I forget what his name was in the movie, but Samuel L. Jackson's character in Django.
Oh yeah,
kind of vibes, just like I'm here. I'm willing to do whatever I need to do because I want to be up there in the house at the top. It's just like, huh? Like really? You just crazy. So I have a couple of honorable mentions. So just we could go through. We got Sid and Mira from Soul Eater. Again, I feel like Sid definitely is giving me, as you said, Shamar, more braid. Like
put the headband in front of the end,
so you cover up the. And Mira, like I feel I see what they were doing, but I feel like her hair, to me, both of their hairstyles gave more Black representation when they died, which is weird. I don't know if y'all's thoughts, but when I look at the images from when they were alive and then when they turn into the ghouls, I was like, their hair looks a little bit more natural.
I will say I like her hair right here because I am pretty sure that is what my 7th grade yearbook picture looks like. I had bangs and then I would braid it up to about right here and then I would leave the rest of my hair out. So like I have so many, like it's braided all right here in the front, gets about halfway, and then the rest of my hair is out. And I'm pretty sure that is like my 6th and 7th grade yearbook picture.
Oh, I'd love to see those.
With the texture, they tried a little bit harder on this.
Yes.
They didn't just put thick lines. It looks like a helmet. They tried to put a little dimension in there.
A little props to show the part. I mean, effort. A for effort.
Word.
This is also sometimes it's always a shock to people. Usopp from One Piece. People are kind of shocked.
Post-time gap. I love my hair to look as luscious as Usopp does post-time skip.
Yes. I'm here for the curl, the texturizer, whatever you want to call it. It's definitely.
He got everybody's natural hair product in his bathroom.
That's definitely a leave-in conditioner right there. That's definitely a leave-in.
There is moisture.
He letting it
moisture all up and through there.
He ain't dry it or nothing. He just let that joint stay. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I was very happy to hear. Oh yeah, that's one on the right. That's
pre-time skip. Ooh.
But he even got the little goatee. Hey, when he got
glow up now.
Stepped his game up.
If we want to talk about post-time skip glow ups, Usopp had the post-time.
Yeah, I feel like other people like Nami who lost their did she not have any organs anymore? She lost
I
her
don't
weight.
know, but all of
that's
them,
just-
they all grew like 3 cup sizes in 2 years. And I was like, I don't think that's how that works.
I don't right.
Maybe they just like ate a lot of vitamins or something. I don't know.
Next we have Carol from Carolyn Tuesday. I know we all were, Black girls were very excited when this anime series dropped on Netflix, and we got to see her in her natural hair glory and just another Black female who could sing. I mean, just yes, I was here for it. And again, I feel like she doesn't look like over the top, like well drawn, all that. So I mean, yeah.
And that's exactly what one's hair does when it's almost too short to be in a ponytail.
Exactly.
That is exactly what one's hair does.
It's like just good enough.
When you just got enough hair for a ponytail, it's like, eh.
At least, at least they ain't got no girls up there. Yo, shouts to y'all, no diss. But at least they ain't got none of them that it's just like it's pulled back to a nub. And look, we all been there. We all went to school. We all see it's like, oh, like it just got in that little band, that little rubber band.
Like you had like
it just got in that rubber band.
Yep.
Yeah, it's almost just like just let it go. Philly the Kid, Cannon Busters. Shout out to LaShawn Thomas. I feel like he was like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. We have black hair. We definitely gave him some bushy eyebrows.
It's kind of flowy a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just let it roll.
It's almost better than our blonde afro from before.
Yeah.
Like a little blowout.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right, yeah. I was about to say that.
Natural hair. Add a little.
It's been pressed, blowed, like you said, blowed out, and then you just letting it flow. Dutch. Black Lagoon.
Bald-headed brothers representing. Yeah. Bald-headed brothers in the house.
Classic, a very classic style. I mean, bald. I mean, hey, can't get mad at it. Because that's how I say.
I haven't watched Black
Lagoon. It could have made him worse.
Forever.
Ever. Yeah.
I've started it, but I need to finish it. It's one of those.
It's definitely a product of its time.
We got Afro Samurai. I mean, send the name.
Yeah.
And then this was new one I came across from Tenjo Tenji. This series. Yeah. I've
never seen this, but he looked boss level. No, don't tell me he whacked though.
No, he take out a whole Friday club by himself. It's in my watch list to start watching tonight.
What? I'm gonna have to peep that out.
So real quick, I think we got a few minutes left. Wrap up. So what's the solution to all this? I mean, we've looked and gone through these characters. I think we agree representation is key. I mean, supporting Black artists is major, helping them get their art out there, continuing this discussion to bring awareness. I mean, and encouraging people to Black cosplayers, people of color, cosplay who you want, how you want. Who cares? I think that should be definitely the focal point. I think we got about 2 minutes left. Any parting words? We'll start with Kai.
Sure. I think that we've come a long way with some of these designs. They're good and bad. I also, in a representation is key, but also so is exposure. I do think that, a lot of this, we've allowed them to be in this bubble, and there does need to be more exposure to like the real thing, not the internet.
Agreed.
Word up.
All right.
Yeah.
So what you got?
Check out sources like the new joint that LaShawn Thomas and your boy Lakeith Stanfield kind of coming for Netflix. Noir Caesar, they dope. Like Nick is like killing it on Black anime stuff. And yes, please, animators, there's Google is your friend. All right.
It's very easy.
Just look at Google. Just Google like natural hair, dreadlocks, I don't know, cornrows, whatever. Just Google it. It's gonna be right there. It's right there for you.
Very, very simple. Even going to Pinterest. But yeah, again, representation is key. Cosplay who you want, how you want. And again, I want to thank my amazing panelists for joining me. Greatly appreciate y'all. Again, I am Gamma Ray Cosplay. You can find me at Gamma Ray Cosplay on all social media platforms. I think we got a few seconds left if y'all want to give where people can find y'all. Mike?
Kai? Oh, you're on mute.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Kaitaku on YouTube and Kaitaku _ on Instagram.
Word. And Nerd Soul, NERDSOUL, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just holla at me.
All right, awesome. Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all enjoyed this panel. Remember, I am not my anime hair. Representation is key. We're gonna make them appropriately represent us when it comes to the anime and fandoms. So yeah, I guess until next time, folks. Bye.
Peace.
I guess they will exit.